Look, now let me get my Drizzy Drake on. Her lighty on mic darker than Akon, huh? I roll with real brothers, no pagans. I know these rappers drop bombs, I drop napalms. Look, see I'm a different kind of pedigree. Rappers wanna play but guarantee they never level me. It's JAMZY, I'm better lyrically and even mentally. I body any beat I'm on, I throw it in the... Yo, JAMZY, listen, yo, lime green weed in a cocaine range. Reminiscing about the days when I weren't his...
Yo, this is James and you're watching The Life of JAMZY. I started rapping and writing lyrics from young really. It's all I've done since a young age. Like I used to get bullied in high school. It's kind of a deep story, man. I used to get bullied in high school. That was the only way that I could really express the way that I was feeling, because I didn't really talk to many people back then. I just used to write out how I felt. So at the end of each day, if I had a long ass day and then shit would just get into me, I'd come home, I'd write. That's how I've always expressed myself, just pen to paper. Hip hop, rap, and yeah, grime as well. My background is I've lived in Leeds all my life, man. Yeah, Leeds born and bred really, that's about it. Ethnicity wise, my dad was from Kenya and raised a Sikh, and my mum's Indian and raised Hindu. Religion wise, I'm not a really religious guy, to be honest. I'd say my background has had a major impact on the type of stuff that I write about. Like there's some tracks that I have where I'm talking about a lot of real life situations, real shit, where I've had to think back to a real life scenario or a situation that I've been in that's been similar, and I've had to kind of channel the emotion that I felt at the time into the pen, onto the paper to get the realism of the track. So it's also due to the environment that I've come up in, because when I was younger, the area that I've lived in my whole life, it was a lot different to the way it is now. Now it's kind of calming down a bit, but back then it was really bad. There's a lot of racism, just a lot of bullshit really. That's the best word to describe it. It's just bullshit, negative energy, just negative bullshit around the area, which just made it a really vicious place for anyone to even come up. So the way that I see it is I kind of take the negatives from my background and I turn them into positives when I put pen to paper. There's a couple of studios I like to use. The main studio that I will always call my baby is Rick Rack Studios. It's a studio which is the first ever studio that I recorded my first ever track in. That's where my music was kind of born, basically, even though the first track I ever made was nowhere near the type of music that I create now. But yeah, that studio will always be dear to me. And then obviously I've got various other studios. Like I know some studios in Bradford, like Rubik's Cube Studios. There's a guy in Meanwood that I use called Merowak. I've got a brother in Sheffield that I get to use as well. So yeah man, I've got a couple of good studios. Yeah. I'd say 50 Cent, Eminem, Tupac, Biggie Smalls, Big L, Rakim, P Money, Skepta, Devlin, Ja Rule. It's just, yeah, the list could go on in it, so we'll just leave it at that, but they're the main ones, isn't it? The main piece of advice that I'd say I've learned or picked up from another artist was do something that you're passionate about. Do something that makes you feel happy. Like, for example, yeah, I know a lot of people that they're either doing a course or they're working a job that they dislike, and at the end of the day, they're not happy at the end of the day, do you know what I mean? They come home, they feel drained, they don't want to do it anymore, and they just feel depressed all the time, innit? If you're doing something like that, that shit's just not gonna go anywhere. If you have that mentality, if you have the mentality towards it, like, yo, I hate doing this shit, and you feel like that, and you're doing this specific thing that you dislike day in, day out, you're not gonna ever elevate to a higher platform. So the best piece of advice I got given was, to me anyway, was like, just stick with what you feel good. If music feels good for you, stick with it and you will get somewhere with it. If you're passionate about it, just do it. I had a couple of sets recently this year, yeah. I performed at a few, but the most recent ones I'd say were, I think it was March this year, and then we did another one in April, and I've got one coming up next month as well. And it's all for Don't Flop as well, man. Yeah, I've done a lot of Don't Flop sets, so yeah, more shows to come, innit? Well, competitions as far as rapping goes, yeah, I'd class that as like clashes, you know, like battle raps and stuff. And I'm not really a battle rapper. I've had 2 or 3 grime clashes which got me onto a big platform, which is Words of Weapons, which is like one of the biggest battling platforms under Don't Flop, obviously. But yeah, I'd say that's about it, man. I'm not really like a battle rapper in that sense. I just like to make good music that people can vibes to. Being on stage and having the mic in your hand and just having the people that you're performing to just showing the energy, showing the love back, the same amount of love and energy that you're putting into your bars and what you're spitting on the mic. It's one of the best feelings in the world, man. Like, it makes me feel alive, in a sense that might sound really cheesy and it might sound corny as fuck to some people, but I don't even care, innit? That genuinely is how it feels. There's no better feeling than being on stage, spraying, like spitting the bars, spitting the raps that I've taken time to write out of my own, like, do you know what I mean? The bars that I've written, everything that I've done is me. And then there's crowds of people that have come through. They might not even know me, do you know what I mean? But they still show love and they still appreciate it. That's one of the best feelings that I've ever gotten from doing music, man. The Leeds grime scene right now is it's good. It's in a good place, isn't it? It's in a real good place. There's a lot of good artists, old and new. There's some olders that are still around doing their thing, obviously. Some new artists coming through, doing bits and that. It's funny because I was having this conversation with Dialect and Zen and all them like a couple of weeks ago, yeah, and we all said no one's ever going to be the best in Leeds because everyone is the best in Leeds. And now that being said, yeah, when you think about that on a deeper level, that's why the Leeds scene is struggling to elevate, and that's why it's taken us this long to get to the level that it's at now. Because if you look at a lot of other cities, yeah, a lot of their artists that have a big buzz compared to a lot of just average guys on the street that have bars in Leeds, they're nowhere near the level than the people from Leeds. But the reason why the other city people, the people from the other cities have a bigger buzz and are more known to like a wider audience is because the other artists based in that city help each other. But in Leeds it's not like that, because in Leeds everyone has the mentality of, yo, I'm the best in it, fuck you man, and all this stuff. But really it's not like that if you think about it. If you think outside of the box, the city's a lot stronger when everyone comes together. So if the Leeds music scene, yeah, the grime scene would be a lot stronger if set artists came together a lot more and just supported each other fully, man. Best musical memory I'd say that I've got so far was the first ever set that I did, the first ever live performance I did was a Don't Flop show. I was nervous as hell backstage, yeah. We got out on the stage. I let my people, I let P Soldiers and Swift, I let everyone spit first because I was that nervous, do you know what I mean? I'd never been in that situation before where I'd felt so nervous to even touch mic and just spit my bars, do you know what I mean? I knew what I was saying. And then, yeah, the mic got passed to me and then I spat like my first 8 bar and I got such a big reload, man. And the crowd were going mental, everyone was cheering. That for me, one of the best feelings I've ever felt, man. I'd say the only instrument I can play, to be honest, yeah, is drums. And even then, I can't even play the drums properly. I can just do a nice little 4-beat, that's about it. Yeah, I'm not really musically talented on the side of actually playing the instruments, man. I'm going. Alright, yo, I've been asked to spit some bars, innit? So that's what I'm gonna do. Do you know what I'm doing?
Smoking on the hazums, can you smell the fragrance? Got visions, but this ain't an episode of Raven. Fuck all of you pagans, got day ones like Nathan. Day ones like Mo, some more spots than Dalmatians. Got day ones like Woodsy, no he still loves me. Time has been tough, we still try just like rugby. Things ain't how they should be, I know that G. You still see me rocking out in all these throwback tees. You see I'm JAMZY, I be coming with them nicer lines. I'm the real guy, I'm the one they wanna idolize. Cold off on my actual eyes, feel it when I touch the mic. Presence isn't match, my energy is on a different size. And I be barring on a different scale. Different city, different girls, fam, I'm in a different world. Should show respect when you mention mine. Birdman tip, but you won't know that I'm already fly. Bars for the fun of it, flows just to match it. Out of this world, you couldn't find me in a atlas. Flow so heavy, spin the earth off its axis. Head to head ting, I'm not the one you wanna match with. They don't do it like me, G. I started in a cellar, now I've almost done an EP. I made man flop when they said they would beat me. I went to meet my man, and man wouldn't meet me, it's real. I just be writing in my notebook. Roll studio, a couple man that'll roll up. Perfecting these flows, cause we do it for the culture. Mad up in this game, certain man are like vultures. Don't pray for your downfall and don't really rate you. Friends to your face, behind your back say they hate you. But when I roll sets, pussy yo, they don't play you. A hooker to this game, kinda game, don't play you. Switch it to a different flow, flip it like reciprocal. Different day, different show, different haze, different hoes. Make this look easy while you man find it difficult. Been the hardest out, I'm always finishing a different